our 9th honoree. So when the hospital started in 2018, 2,700 healthcare organizations participated in this award. Now it's up to 4,500 in 27 different countries. So it's a pretty significant award, and it was all started in honor of this person. His name is Patrick Barnes, and he passed away of an immune disorder, and his family really wanted to recognize the nurses that took part in his extraordinary care. So that's why we're here today. So we'll go ahead and get started with the story of the nomination. So Hannah, will you go ahead and read the story?
Certainly. So in April, I arrived at the hospital in labor with my second daughter. Very hopeful to have a VBAC. My labor with my first daughter, was very complicated and left me with a lot of fears. That, combined with the new climate of COVID, caused my anxiety to be at an all-time high. The nurse I had was so compassionate and confident and easily listened to every concern and worry I had, no matter how small. Not only did she validate my concerns, she was an amazing advocate for me. When things became difficult, she did not leave my side. She continuously kept trying and troubleshooting until something was found that worked. I feel very strongly that without her, I would not have been able to have a successful VBAC, and for that, I will forever be thankful. I'm sorry, I was the one that wrote the nomination, so. Her confidence kept me calm and equally confident. I've been a nurse for over 10 years, and although I work in a vastly different field, I learned so much from her. Clinically, she was very strong, but even more important than that, she had the power of knowing when to have a quiet presence and when to ensure her voice was heard.
So Rachel, will you do the honor in announcing our next Daisy
Yes.
honoree?
Our next Daisy honoree is Melissa Hamel. You have to go up there.
I know, right? Right up.
I want a hug, but
I know!
Oh my gosh. So you have this lovely award, and of course a copy of the actual nomination.
I'm sure everything you did for me was just something you do every single day, but that's what made it feel so important, because it was I want to hug you. I'm having a really hard time not hugging.
I know. Oh my God, I'm
But
hugging
thank you.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You have this lovely pin, which you can wear with pride as the Daisy honoree, so everyone knows. Then also in this bag, we have the Healing Touch sculpture.
Beautiful.
Yes. So everyone gets a split.
It represents the bond between a patient and the nurse, and they're handmade in Zimbabwe.
Right? And then of course, unfortunately it's not big enough for everybody, but there is a little tissue packet.
I'm catching it with my mask.
And then of course, daisies. Lovely congratulations. And last but certainly not least, our cinnamon rolls for you and your team. We have a couple of things for cinnamon rolls. So Patrick Barnes' family wants cinnamon rolls to be given at each award ceremony, because when Patrick was really sick and in the ICU, his dad brought in a cinnamon roll, and it was one of the only things that he really wanted, because he wasn't eating anything, and he's like, oh, I really love some of that. And so the family always wants you to know that when you smell cinnamon or eat a cinnamon roll, that the care that you give and the teamwork that you have means so much. So these are all for everyone.
And one last thing, down here's a banner that you get to hang proudly within your department.
Oh,
So you get to pick a special spot for that.
okay.
So congratulations, and we're very proud of you.
Hey, Melissa.